Hello students. So today in this topic I'll continue the lecture which I started in the last days. Now in the last lecture we studied about the lesson number 2nd, which is depending on the India's culture, heritage, fine arts and the handicraft also. You can find this lesson in your textbook, that is of SS. So getting further, in this 10th standard of the textbook of SS, the lesson describes easily that how, in which grade, in which kind of condition India was dealing with the betterness, and it was making itself more better by the help of the people, whether it was of Harappan civilization or it was of Mohenjo-daro civilization, Dholavira, Lothal or any part of the ancient civilization places. As well, we also know that handicraft, fine arts and many more things developed from the Indus Valley civilization. Now, my dear students, this civilization is a civilization which also made human beings and many more primitive people to survive well, and not only to survive, it also made them to understand what is lifestyle, what is culture, what is manner, and apart from that, how to make the life more better. So in this lecture, as I have mentioned you behind me, that the cultural heritage of India, traditional handicraft and the fine arts, according to the lesson, this text says that today in this lesson we are gonna learn the basic thing into an advanced level, that how, when, why and in which grade of condition all these inventions from the ancient time, primitive era started to develop. So I'll discuss my first topic, that is the fine art of the weaving. Hand weaving, it means that hand woven carpet. Now there is a carpet drawn by me, you can see it out here. It is showing you the best example of that, how and in which example condition the primitive people, man, they were trying to make themselves better, comfortable, and also start the basic things related to the clothing also. Whether if you talk about this carpet, this is a latestly made, means it is not from the man, it is not from that the cave to the man, it is from that the after cave the man developed their civilization, and after that they started to make these kinds of things also, as we all, you, I, we all are using these kinds of things at our home in our general purpose also. Okay, so let's get further. Art of hand and weaving started, if I talk about Mahatma Gandhi, you might have seen some of the movies, his ashram or many more things. The spinning wheel, if you talk about the spinning wheel, basically spinning wheel was the one most basic example of the instrument which started to develop from the primitive era. Now this art was making something relation with the spinning wheel. My dear students, spinning wheel also is used as to make the threads. Now what is happening, the threads using the small pieces from the cotton balls known as the swab, and joining them together is called the art of spinning also. Now we all know that Gandhiji, it's his lifestyle and many more things was very simple enough to live, but what he gave us the self-reliant feature of the livelihood, where we started to make our basic things, and in that order we also made the cottage industry. Now industry and cottage industry, the joining with the Swadeshi movement, many more things upgraded India on an extensive level, where we can say that we also made this spinning wheel as our self-reliant banner, means the symbol of the self-reliant. So it has created a new history, as we all know that. Now if you talk about the hand weaving, means the art of hand weaving. See my dear kids, hand weaving, it's from the ancient time. India is known for its here. We know that from the ancient time, hand weaving and hand embroidery works, if you talk about the artistic work, if you talk about the threading work, if you talk about the designing work over the clothes and all, it is always going in India, which is very well known here. And now it is related with the textile industry too, as we know that. So textile industry is also helping everybody to grow in this level, but one thing is negative of that negativity is from the speed, means including the handicraft, means the handloom clothes and all. Of course it's human interference made then it is also known as the slow purpose of the work. Means if you talk about the basic formation of the hand weaving, it is somehow slow. It is compared to the machinery development, somehow the production can be slow. Therefore we are getting some kinds of hit punch when we are talking about the hand weaving or the world level competition, because we are somehow slow also. But if you talk about the other part of the world, they are not that much enough accessed their hand as we have done. So we are the best also in the world, including our handicrafts. So my dear students, one thing we need to know in this chapter, that the piece of cloth particular size, which is known as taka, of the fine muslin from Dhaka, is easily used in this kinds of purposes also, where if you use this kinds of saris of Dhaka, they can easily pass through a ring. Means it shows that how tenderness, how delicate but long lasting we are making this all kinds of materials. And it could be also joined somehow. If you take about, it can be also joined, or it can be also kept inside a matchbox also. Now you all are knowing about what is a matchbox and what is its internal volume or circumference also. So in that case, if you are fixing a small sari or any piece of material which is longer enough than its size, then you can say that it is a very tough work, where we need to understand that India is having the best artistic thing in the world, where a muslin cloth from Dhaka can be also passing from a ring, and it can be also somehow settling to fix itself inside the matchbox. So my dear kids, going further, we also know about the Gujarat. As we know that, let's talk about the Gujarat. Moreover, a part of galichas of several other regions or knitting work also of the Gujarat, attire of artistry work of Gujarat is also world famous and occupied everywhere, where we can say it is promoting with the places. And one of the place I will talk about, that is Patan. As we know that Patola of the Patan is world famous. Now my dear students, not only Patan of Patola, we can say Kanjivaram also, and we can say Banarsi saris also. We can talk about Bandhani of Rajasthan also, and many more things which is identically in India. So in this case of matter, during the golden period of the basic Gujarat era, means Solanki era, what happened in that case, something started to develop. Now what was the developing thing here? It was actually developing over the field of clothes, textile industries, and many more things also. As we know that the golden period of Gupta was also there, same as the Solanki era was also there, especially if you talk about the Gujarat and related to the other zone also. Now during this reign of Siddharaj Jaisi, as you know that basically during this reign of Siddharaj Jaisi, it started to flourish more. Now we can say artisans, weaving people, or the people who are knowing how to woven the cloth also, they came from part of the world and they settled where? If you talk about the Gujarat, they settled in the Patan. Now after settling, they introduced their whatever the habit of the artistic thing they knew. Now after showing that, the patolas were made here, and when the patolas were made, it was world famous. See my dear students, the basic thing about the patola is that it can be worn from both of the side, and though the color could be somehow the cloth could be somehow torn apart, but the color will be remaining same. It is not going anywhere, means it is not fading away. So therefore we can say it is actually having the good texture of the color also, and the durability also, and both side of the facilities to wear it out here. So in this case of category, it became world famous for its skill work, and also somehow we can say that this not only ended in Patan, this started to develop everywhere. But if we talk about today's time, only 3 families are there in the Patan who are developing this kinds of artistic work in an formula which can be said as original formula. Okay, it is not a copied formula, it is the original formula. Therefore the patolas became world famous, as you know that, and due to that kind of thing enough, the skill wave and many more art came here, like Bewad Ikt art came here, produced, which is also in the Patan only, same as like patola. Then Ikt means, as I said you, that waving art. Okay, so Ikt means the art which is somehow related to the waving also. Now this is the 850-year-old art. As you know that they came in India, they settled here, and this is the 850 old art. Means we can say that it is not the art which is knowing recently, actually we are knowing from the last past of the days of our ancestors to here. So my dear students, only handful artisans can do this kinds of work. If I try, I'll be wrong enough. If you try, you may be also making some mistakes enough. So therefore this is also called as patola of Patan. So moving further, this type of sarees are also designed there, and if you talk about the manner, it can be also worn, as I said, from the both side. Now it is also said that according to the Gujarati literature, according to the Gujarat, that if you go on the Gujarati customary, we can say that proverbs or the theory what in the Gujarati people are saying related to this patola. So here students, they say that padi patolo bhat fate pan nahi fate, means that whatever is happening, the design can lay down in the patola the itself, but never fade the color also. So the cloth may be torn apart, but the texture will be remaining same. So this is the basic thing about the hand woven art, especially of the Gujarat and the patola. So this was about the patola basically. Now if you talk about the embroidery work, okay, cloth, idol, then here statues and Harappan, Mohenjo-daro civilization, if you talk about, so it is also world famous. Now from where they came from, okay, they came actually from the Indus Valley civilization. So art of embroidery, you might have seen the embroidery in your clothes, in your related clothes with of your mother or sister or any of them. Basically embroideries are also not only available in the female clothes, somehow in the jabba and kurta also it is somehow in the, especially the upper outfit, it is available in the male wear or male get-ups also. So if you talk about, it can be seen to the clothes of the idol and statues also at the ancient time. From the Mohenjo-daro era it came here, and this art weaving of the clothes and many more things are also related till this era, 21st century too. So therefore man, woman and children also somehow wear this kinds of thing. Now if you talk about the region, Sindh, Saurashtra, Kutch and many more regions of the Indus Valley civilization is showing the fragrance of this, is having an attachment with this kinds of artistic work. So my dear students, Kashmir is also one of the place where this is done as the name of Kasab. Then Kashmir is also world famous for this, if you talk about in the better manner. Kutch is also, as I said, you Saurashtra too here. So apart from this, if you talk about, my dear students, these kinds of art are the basic essential art, or we can say the symbolic iconic art which is representing India. If you know about the Indian zone, many more things are here to represent India. But if you talk about the textile, if you talk about the fine arts, if you talk about the art related to the clothes, if you talk about the kasab, if you talk about the swab, and if you talk about the cotton field, cotton mill, cotton production, this everything is related with that here. So moving further, apart from the embroidery, not only embroidery, my dear students, Bandhani of Jamnagar, Jodhpur, Bhuj, Mandvi, Gujarat and many more places of Gujarat is also very famous here. And the traditional style of Bandhani, as we know that Bandhani generally we use out here, is also having the lustre due to its beautiful design of elephant. Now elephant design, bullock design and many more designs we can say here in our daily life routine. As we use currency, many more designs are also shown on that, related to farm, related to Chandrayaan, related to many more things here. So we also include, apart from that, elephant design in this Bandhani. Now this bandhani is very beautifully designed with the elephant. Not only elephant, puppets are also there, dice is there, pitcher, matka, okay, pitcher is there, and we can say they all are popular today. So we need to understand that we are actually making ourselves very better, we are making our inventions very better, but we are not forgetting our culture also, we are not forgetting our manner also, and we are including them in our design, in our architectural development, in our hand woven art, in our handicraft, in our paintings and many more things. So we need to understand that this cottage industry of India has also taken over by women of Kutch, if you talk about the Gujarat zone. So it is said that in the Gujarat, especially Saurashtra zone, especially the Kutch zone of Gujarat, traditional embroidery work of Gujarat, chakdas, pillows, etc., like bed sheets, shakha, then other things also related to todalia, and many more clothes are also somehow even today known and reproduced related to the women, because women is doing this kinds of thing. Okay, a single woman and a group of whole women are also doing this kinds of thing. So it is taken especially in the Gujarat, Saurashtra, Kutch, especially with the ladies department. So they are also helping this to go through with that here. So my dear students, we need to understand that embroidery work is also known as the work of Jat community, as we know that, basically of the Bani area of Kutch. This is a community which is developing this kinds of thing, and if you go more further, they are having this kinds of basic utility, uniqueness in this culture, we can say that inventions of their own theory. So dear students, we need to understand that not only Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, yes, they were the creator of these kinds of things, but today we are the promoter of these kinds of things. As they were the creator, today we are the promoter of these kinds of things, and we should always promote this kinds of thing in order to get it better, in order to sustain it better. As we know that today the science is leading with the technology, and today we are in the technical era where we need everything very growing faster enough. But in this whole race, we need to also understand that we should not forget our culture, we should not forget our responsibilities towards promoting the culture. So therefore, this lesson till here is all about the informative things about the weaving art, about the cloth, textile, or many more things also. So here I would like to remind you that, my dear students, last time we read about the clay, about the genetic changes, about the starting of the introduction of this lesson. So I hope it was helpful for you, and this lecture is also helpful for you, and we'll meet in the next part of this lecture, in the part number 3rd, where we will be taking this lecture more forward. Till then, you can keep revising and you can go through with your all the queries, including your answers also, and you can also, if you don't understand any kind of thing, you can go through with the Google too to find out the answers. Okay, thank you.